All right, guys, so like I said, we'll open it up for 5 to 10 minutes of questions regarding the fight on March 31st between Rampage Jackson and Kato. We'll just go ahead and open it up. Please raise your hand and we'll bring you a microphone for questions.
Mo, we've been talking a lot about this today. What's it going to be like? Queen's English, Rampage, remember? What's it going to be like? What's it going to be like giving this guy a beatdown?
What?
That was a question to Mo, though, Rampage. I'm sorry.
Is this mic on? Y'all hear me? Yeah. Yeah, I really think that it should be easy work. I'm in shape right now. From looking at Quentin, he's about 275, out of shape. B-cup, pregnant.
Damn.
I'm just being real, you know.
Oh, that's a low blow. Because I am out of shape.
Come fight time. I know he's gonna be in shape.
I'll be in shape, though.
I'm hoping he's training with McKee and Tiki, and they got a good plan because he's gonna need it.
Oh.
Because I'm ready. I've been ready.
Can I just ask a very quick question to Rampage? With all due respect, I'm down here, sir. It's brilliant to have you back because we saw tonight a great atmosphere with Tito Ortiz leaving the fight sport for the last time. Yeah. How important is it for you to carry on and leave a legacy in the sport?
It's kind of weird. I guess most people probably don't understand the reason why I fight. I don't fight for fame or legacy or to be in a Hall of Fame or anything like that. I've always been honest about that. I like to fight because I'm an alpha. I like to compete, and that's how I pay my bills. I got a bunch of kids I got to put through college, and a couple of I got to pay, bail money and lawyer fees for, So that's why I fight. You guys can keep the legacy and fame, stuff like that. It's good. You don't think about it sometimes, but when you run into like a teenage kid or somebody to say they look up to you and say they started MMA because they saw you fighting and stuff like that, it hits home for that moment, and I feel good that I made an impact in somebody's life. And then you forget about it a couple days later, and I just like to fight. I like to entertain people. I like to make people laugh, and I like to knock people out. And King Mo, he says I'm out of shape. He's right. I am not in the best shape that I've been in the past, but I've been doing a lot of good things. I've been lifting a lot of weights, and because I wanted to go to heavyweight. Now because I'm too old to be cutting weight 205. My ass is too big. I got a big ass. I got big ass legs. I shouldn't be fighting at 205. I'm just a big guy now, and but I'm glad that King Mo kind of underestimated me because I train really hard. Even though I hate it, I train really hard, and I'll be fight ready by March 31st.
Can't wait to see you, big man.
But it hurt my feelings though, King Mo. You call me fat. They hit home because I am out of shape. They hit home though. That was a low blow.
Hey, that's the truth.
But I ain't said nothing about your ugly ass mustache and beard combo. I haven't said nothing that's true. This hit home like that. I haven't get on your ugly ass ears like a damn gremlin. I haven't hit home on you yet. That was a low blow.
You can talk with my ears, man. I earned these ears from wrestling. It's cool. The beard, I didn't get cleaned up by my barber before I came, so that's
you should have stopped by your barber.
But the thing is, you should quit. You talking about lifting weights? You lifting donuts. You know what I'm saying? And beard.
Oh, that hurts.
He's talking about you got big arms from curling.
Man, I got
chips
big arms.
and Pringles.
No, man, I've been lifting.
Listen, I heard you're training with Kobayashi, the competitive eater. You know what I'm saying for this?
Who?
Kobayashi, the hot dog eater. That's who he was training with.
What the fuck is he talking about? He's really hurting my feelings right now. Damn. This is going to give me a lot of fuel, a lot of motivation to train really hard, extra hard. Man, we having a press conference back here. Is it Tito's birthday? What's his birthday? His birthday must have been 2 weeks ago. I know Tito. He's milking everything. His birthday had to be at least 2 weeks ago. How come he's not here? They already did their press conference?
This question is for both Rampage and for King Mo. Right here. What will be different from the first fight as opposed to this fight coming up?
Well, are you asking both of us?
Both of you. What will be different about
What would be
this
different?
Fight? Yes.
I honestly did want a rematch as soon as the bell was done and I didn't knock out King Mo. I immediately want a rematch because he talked so much smack. I really did want to knock him out. But I've gained so much more respect for King Mo since I followed him because I trained wrestling really hard and he still like out wrestled me and everything. And I think this fight would be a lot different because I know that he's not going to stand up with me at all. So this training camp is going to be basically a wrestling camp, and I can say that right now because I don't care if he knows that, because we all know King Mo ain't going to stand up with me. We all know it's going to be a wrestling match. But what people don't know about me is that I'm a true mixed martial artist. You know, I might not show it all the time, but I do want to prove it. And now that he think I'm old and fat and out of shape, I do have to show him what type of fighter I am. And I do want to knock him out.
Oh, I know you work a lot on your boxing, so just coming back from that, I mean, he says you want to wrestle. I mean, I know you're confident in your boxing. Can you talk about that?
He's talking about, he's trying to use reverse psychology because he's like, I know Mo ain't gonna stand. It's MMA. If you want to stand, you can fight in Bellator kickboxing, or you can test your luck with PBC and get knocked out by them boys. But come March 31st, you can get knocked out by me. I know, you talking about I ain't got hands. I've seen you just swing wild. But I'm gonna box you up. If I want to wrestle you, I'll wrestle you.
You're gonna wrestle me. It ain't no surprise.
Listen, it's MMA. I'm gonna do everything to you.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I'm gonna do everything to you. And you're kind of built like a turtle right now. So if I put you in your back, you ain't getting up.
Okay. I'm strong, Mo. I'm strong. I've been lifting a lot of weights.
A lot of donuts.
I'm strong.
Nah.
It's not all fat up under here. It's the muscles. My muscles are bigger than Scott's head.
This fight might take place, and also I assume it will be a 3-round fight.
Yes, this will be Jesse.
He don't want no 5-round fight because I'm down for whatever. If you want to do a 5-round fight, we can do a 5-round fight. But I know you ain't want that. Yeah. I know you ain't want that.
He right. I don't want no 5-round fight. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all know I like to keep it real. I don't want no 5-round. Ain't for no belt. We ain't probably gonna fight.
Yeah, the answer to your question is that this will be a 3-round fight, and the location, we're negotiating with a couple of places that we just couldn't finish the deal in time today, so we thought we'd announce the fight. Everybody at Spike could hear about the fight, and then we'll have the location early next week.
Guys, we'll take 1 or 2 more.
Thank you.
Oh, this is coming up.
Guys, Quentin, I have a question for you. You know, after you guys fought the first time, right away you basically offered a rematch. So how did you feel when that scorecard was read the first time? Did you believe that you really won?
Yeah, I knew that I won because I'm a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I thought I lost the fight, I would have said, yeah, I lost the fight. He won. If you guys go back, when I fought Ninja, before I watched the fight, I thought I lost. I expressed that. I thought I lost the fight. I'm a true fighter. I have honor when it comes to fighting. I just think I think King Mo did a lot, but I just don't think he did enough to win the fight. I think it was a close fight, but I just don't think he did enough. All I had was a scratch from when he grazed me with his glove on my face, and you know what I'm saying, he looked like he got kicked in the face by a mule. And you know, that's a fight. You know what I'm saying? I think I did more punishment. I think he took me down. I don't really remember the fight that much now, but I remember after I watched the fight and what I did, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to rematch with King Mo because I felt like, you know, I just got, you know, leg humped most of the fight. You know, so I changed my mind. Like, I don't want to fight a wrestler again. I wanted to fight somebody that's going to stand up and throw. But my coach is like, there's not a lot of guys that's going to stand toe to toe and fight. Like, MMA is not like it used to be. You guys remember MMA has evolved really fast. It used to be fighters that used to get in the cage and just go toe to toe and fight and put on a great exciting fight. But now it's all about that W. No matter how you get it. So I understand. You know, like I said, I got a lot of respect for King Mo, but this is going to be a totally different fight because I know he can talk all he wants, box all he wants. I know that he's going to wrestle with me because as soon as I lay hands on him one time, he's going to go down for the shot. I already know this because I already fought him. So I already know what he has.
Matt Mitrione mentioned that he thought he was maybe going to fight you before he signed on to Fight Fate, or is that a non-wrestler person?
I hate fighting him, and Mitrione been wanting to fight me ever since the damn Ultimate Fighter. And, I think that would have been a very exciting fight, and I'm not opposed to fighting him in the future, but you know.
And Mo, did you feel after that fight, your first fight with Quentin, did that take away the sting at all? That he offered you a rematch, basically right there in the cage?
Yes. When a fighter really wins the fight, they don't ask for no rematch. If a fighter wins, they move on to the next. They don't go to the person that they fought and they lost to and be like, hold up, let me get a rematch. Especially if they think they won. Look at all you gotta do is when Coker, when y'all do the promotion for this, zoom in on Quentin's face, zoom in on his corner's face. The crowd started leaving. You saw the Quentin Rampage chains and shirts on the ground. Everybody was leaving because they know he lost. And then when he won, he looked shot. You know what I'm saying? When I win, I don't look shot.
How many people in this room thought he won? Be honest. How many people in this room saw that fight and thought he won?
They ain't gonna say nothing.
No, keep it real. Y'all know me, I keep it real. How many people in this room, raise your hand, you thought he won? You know what I'm saying? You probably trained with him. I think that's the only people that thought that King Mo won is mostly
actually,
is his team.
Sherlock had the top 5 worst decisions of the year.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Straight up.
Did they?
Yes, I know they did for a fact.
They
Sherlock,
did?
yeah, Sherlock. Most of MMA media had me winning. Straight up.
What?
Most MMA media had me winning.
On somebody.
I guess it's like this. That's the past. But come March 31st, man, it's gonna be bad.
You're gonna still hump my leg. That's all you're gonna try to do. You have a love affair with my legs.
All right,
you have a crush on my legs, King.
You can say all you want, try to crack these jokes.
You like my legs.
But it's like this. You ain't the same fighter you was when we fought.
You're right.
You heavy-footed, you fat, and I'm healthy.
I won't be.
I'm healthy.
I won't be fat on the day.
Oh, you gonna be fat? You probably about Tiki, make sure he weighs in about 235. But I have a feeling you'll be at 255. You're gonna lose 5 pounds from camp.
No.
You're gonna still be fat. Mark my words.
I'm glad you understand.
Eat all that pork like you normally do. Drink that soda. Smoke them Black and Miles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna come in out of shape. Watch.
Hey, guess what? I can beat you with 1 week of training camp.
Okay,
You want dimension. All you do is throw like a fake punch and you go for the shot.
I know.
I already know what you do.
Train for a week.
I'm training my ass off. This is very motivating. I'm training my. I'm already training hard.
I want to be motivated.
I am.
Okay, that's
I
cool.
am. And this time you won't be thinking that you won. It won't be no doubt. You're gonna be laid out.
Okay, just like last time. Huh?
And that's the only reason why I was disappointed, because I wanted to knock him out. I thought he was going to sleep. And that's the only reason why I asked for a rematch. He's right though. Normally people don't ask for a rematch if they thought they won. You know what I'm saying? In my head, yeah, I wanted a damn knockout. And so I wasn't pleased with my performance. That's all I could hear. Man, all I could hear in my head was GSP. You know what I'm saying? I'm not impressed with your performance. That's all I could hear in my head, because he wasn't knocked out.
Dog,
that's what I want.
You're corny, man. Straight up. You sound like one of them people that support Donald Trump, be on CNN spinning things. You sound corny. Yeah, you sound corny, dog. Next question.
What?
All right, guys. Actually, we're gonna wrap it up right now. We'll have these guys get together for a photo op, and then we'll bring in the fighters from Bellator 170. Thank you.
This man done brought Donald Trump up in this month.
a loaded gem.
Yeah, sure. I got one of your shirts. Really, really comfy. Really nice. How much did you raise?
I raised $1,000.
Oh.
So I split it 500 each.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And Planned Parenthood was matching all donations, so it ended up being $1,000 donation anyway.
You have new shirts coming out?
Huh?
I have new shirts made?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think something in.
All right, Chael Sonnen's on his way. We're going to go ahead and get started at this time. I'm going to open it up with some opening comments from our executive, John Slesser.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming. Obviously, it's a fantastic night. One of our biggest and best events ever. Being here at the Forum, legendary venue. The energy in the room was fantastic. I want to thank Scott Coker, Scott Fishman, and everyone who put on a fantastic show tonight. Obviously, a lot of celebrities, a lot of talent, so it was a lot of fun. But tonight was really about Tito and a fantastic end to an unbelievable story. You know, I want to say, Tito, on behalf of Spike, on behalf of Kevin K, on behalf of Viacom, and really on behalf of all MMA fans, you know, thank you. And when I say that, you know, Spike and Tito have a long relationship going back over a decade, starting with 2006, with the Ultimate Fighter 3, where you had record ratings, and your fight with Ken Shamrock, which I think you got, you know, higher ratings in the World Series at that fight. So the history with Tito has been amazing, and we thank you for an amazing career. You are a legend. You changed the sport, and I'm proud to be sitting next to you, so thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Scott, you want to give some opening comments?
Yeah, I'll just make a short comment. You know, when he fought that fight with Ken, I watched that fight, and you know, I've been in the martial arts fight business a long time, but that was an iconic moment in the sport, and I think we have to give it up to Spike TV and really Kevin K. His commitment to mixed martial arts, because if it wasn't for him green lighting Tough in 2005 or 2006, I don't know if we'd all be here today. Yeah, there was the other half to it, and a lot of your reporters know, you know, the story, but, you know, I say, hey, we got to give some respect to Kevin K., who's been a real supporter of mixed martial arts at the highest level. I think you can see it here today. You know, when they want to put on a show, man, Viacom and Spike TV can put on a show unlike anybody. And I thought it was a great event. I thought we had great atmosphere here tonight. We had some amazing fights, legendary performance by Tito. And, you know, he did it on his own terms, man, and everything. And as much as I've known Tito in the past, you know, several years, and really got to know him, you know, he's really a man about doing it his way, and I think he got to do it his way tonight. So congratulations, Tito, and congratulations to all the other fighters. And I thought we saw some great competition tonight, and, you know, some great, amazing knockout, some great technical fights. But at the end of the day, you know, it was a great show, and I'm really happy about it.
All right, we're going to go ahead and open it up for questions. Question in the back.
Tito, I was just wondering, it looks like you guys exchanged a few words, you and Chael exchanged a few words in the cage afterwards. What did you say to him, and what did he say to you?
He asked me if he had that choke, and I said, no way. McCarthy, in the beginning, he said, make sure you protect yourself at all times, the whole little gib-gab he says before the fight, and I said, he's gonna have to break my arm off me, he's gonna have to rip my head off me before anything happens, because I'm gonna die in there before this happening. Chael had the submission. I wasn't giving up. I wasn't gonna tap. I refused to. This is my last fight. I wanted to make sure I go out and perform the way I did. That was the only words that were given back and forth, to answer your question.
And then for Chael, a lot of people were questioning that choke, the hand positioning, how tight it really was. Can you tell us, from your perspective, what was going on there? How deep was it? Why you tapped?
Oh, the choke. I was caught in? Yeah, that was tight. I thought I had him in one as well. I had my legs on the wrong side, but I thought I had him in one. I asked him after. He said no. He said I was ready for it. The one I was caught in, yeah, that sucked, yeah.
So you said tonight's performance, does tonight change anything for your plans?
Well, tonight's helpful for me. I've been out for 3 years, and this was a long-term play. For me, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. I need to get those minutes in, and I thought I did it in the practice room, and I had some deer in the headlights out there. Tito threw a right, it was helpful. I hate to get stuck in those, and I hate to lose a competition, but I've got to get some minutes in. After 3 years, it's just the way that it goes. So I'll be in the practice room on Monday, and I'll use it to get better.
Questions?
Hello. Chael, just talk a little bit more about the choke, if you might, because there are people, like Steven mentioned, talking online, it didn't look that tight. Was it more of a strangle or a crank, or what were you feeling from Tito as that finish was playing out?
The choke that I tapped out in, so it was a rear naked choke. He was behind me. I was trying to fiddle around with his ankle, and I was putting pressure, and I asked him afterwards, hey man, was I close on that? I don't know. I suppose I'd have to see it. I believe he had a rear naked choke.
Tito, 20 years. I mean, I'm not going to ask you to put your career in context because you've done so much, but to leave the game as the game we know it now, it's so different than from where you started. What do you feel about what did you do during that 20-year period to get the sport to where it is today? I mean, how should people remember your legacy in this sport, your icon status?
Well, I started in this as as an amateur. And that was with our other company, or the other company I competed with, UFC, and I'll go ahead and say their name, fuck it. As an amateur, I fought for no money. I fought for free. That was the beginning of my career. I fought for free. And all my friends said, you're crazy. I said, I want to compete. I want to see how good I can be in this sport. A year and a half later, I became the world champion. From a kid being on the street with parents that at the time didn't want to be parents, and to go through the stuff I went through, I'm very lucky to be where I am today. And it's from hard work and dedication that I've been able to do this dream. Tonight was a dream. Tonight seemed like a movie. It seemed like it wasn't even real. When Chael was tapping, I thought that he was trying to get my hands off. Nothing against McCarthy. And trying to slam my head against my head, probably against the ground, but I was just holding on because I didn't think it was over. I thought it was still going. But it seemed like a movie. It was just weird. But this is the way a person's career should end. At the top of the world, how I feel right now, it's like I can't even talk right now because I can't even accept it. I don't even know if I want to do it. I don't even know if I want to give up. It's not even giving up, I don't think. I think I've walked away at the right time, at the right place, and I've been respected the right way. Everybody at Bellator, everybody at Spike, Scott, you guys, this is the way it should have been when I left UFC. This is the way it should have been, but everything in this world happens for a reason. Everybody, you gotta understand this. No matter what ups, what downs you go through in life, everything happens for a reason. If that wouldn't have happened the way it happened with UFC, this wouldn't have happened tonight the way it happened tonight. And I would rather happen it this way than happen in 2012. Because tonight, I'm on cloud 9, my birthday's 2 days away, and I'm very, very thankful that I was able to have my son Jacob next to me to enjoy what a champion father can be. Because I've sacrificed so much to give my children what they have. So much time away. People don't understand how much we sacrifice, how much suffering we do. All these other fighters, they understand it. They understand the suffering we do. But the families don't understand it. The fans don't understand it. They jump from one boat to another. But at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is just feed our family and try to give our kids what maybe we never had, what I never had, because I never had that. I never had a silver spoon in my mouth. I slept in motels, I slept in cars, I slept in trailer parks. And I don't want my children to ever see that. So over this last 20 years, I've seen a sport come from only 1,500 people in the arena to over 20,000, or 17,000?
I don't have the number.
Yeah, over 17,000 people in the arena. That's amazing to see. And I don't know how many viewers they got, but you've seen how Bellator has made a stamp tonight. We made a stamp because they pushed us fighters forward. everybody who fought here up here tonight, we fought with our heart and soul. And I gave my heart and soul out there.
Yeah, quick question for Paul Daley. Paul, obviously it was a spectacular knockout, but you were quite emotional. You mentioned that you were close with Brennan. Can you kind of elaborate a little bit on the elation of having a knockout like that, but then obviously feeling a bit bad by the damage you did?
Yeah, like I said, me and Brennan, we was hanging out a lot prior to this fight at all the other events. You know, his last victory over Saeed Awad, I was sat ringside with his girlfriend and his family and his coaches, and I was celebrating with him. So it was a difficult situation for me at first to fight him, and to get a victory, it was kind of a mixed emotions. You know, the first 2 minutes were running around like a headless chicken and, you know, going crazy and that, and then I look across and I see his girlfriend, she's crying, and you know, it was hard. I just hope that it's all right. Yeah.
And then for Scott, the 145 pound has been out of circulation for a little while now with Daniel on the shelf. Seems like Emmanuel is making a run at it. I'm curious, are there any plans to maybe promote an interim title for 145 pounds?
Yeah, you're talking about the injury to Daniel Strauss?
Yes.
Yes. You know what? Just hang tight. We'll have something to announce really soon. It's going to be something really fun, but we're not ready to announce it today.
And then for Chael, it seemed like maybe Tito had the choke a little bit too long. Did you think that he held the choke for too long? And you and John were talking after the fight when you were on the stool. What were you talking with Big John McCarthy about?
Well, I mean, yeah, I tapped and he didn't let go. I'm not upset about it. I don't have any ill feelings towards him. But yes, did he hold the choke after I tapped? Sure.
This one's for Scott Coker. Do we have an update on Brennan Ward's condition?
Not at this time, but I think we'll have something shortly. I've been trying to text to see how he's doing, so if I hear something, I'll let you know right away.
And for Paul Daley, that was a relatively short fight. How soon do you want to get back in there? I know you called Rory McDonald out. How soon can we expect you back?
As soon as possible. You know, if the fight's right, then I'll get back in there as soon as the Bellator people want me in there. I think there's a lot of interesting fights out there for me, Rory McDonald being one of them. The Douglas Lima rematch I would love, and whatever other marquee names I can get hold of, you know, Ben Henderson and the like. But you know, yeah, I can get back in there tomorrow if I had to. You know, I'm fit, I'm strong. Barring that I don't drink too much vodka tonight, you know, yeah, I'll be ready to fight tomorrow.
Okay. And for Emmanuel Sanchez, right here, there was a kind of a controversial point deduction in the second round of your bout. Did you agree with the point being taken away from you for the illegal knee strikes?
I don't, not at all. I'm sorry to say. I felt like that knee didn't even hit him in the head. I did think he was getting up, working his way up, but I really didn't think I did any damage to him. They said I threw 2 knees or 3 knees, and I didn't even feel my knee hit him. You know, I understand they could have warned me, maybe, you know, or done something ahead of time, but I was in the heat of the battle, and I witnessed him coming up, so I thought, oh, okay, I can knee him to the head, but I didn't feel my knee hit his head. So I was pretty disappointed when that happened.
Just a real quick one for Scott. I'd love to get your reaction to Mr. Daley's victory.
You know, Paul's been one of my favorite fighters for a long time, and I think that people that watch him appreciate it because he is a world-class striker. I mean, Paul can kickbox with anybody in any league, and he has before, but to me, I appreciate the striking skill, but he also has a great defensive ground game, and he has the ability to get it back up, give people that are wrestlers a hard time, and you know, he's probably one of the best fighters, you know, in the world. So to me, I've always appreciated Paul Daley, as I have a lot of the martial artists that compete for us. So, you know, to me, Paul, he's welcome to come back soon, and you know, we'll probably be in touch with his camp and manager and try to put something together in the next 2 or 3 months.
Okay, first of all, for Paul, after your first of all, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
With you after the fight, you called out Rory McDonald. Can you tell me a little bit about why you did that and what kind of opponent you think Rory is?
I think Rory is an extremely skillful and talented fighter, you know. The reason I'm calling him out is for that very reason, you know. He's come across from the other promotion. His credentials, you know, speak for themselves. He's a very tough guy, and I like to test myself against fighters like him. He has a huge name. I think it would be a huge fight for Bellator. And you know, they're the kind of matchups I need to be in to be motivated for those dangerous type of fights.
And for Chael, you know, you mentioned that you really run with some killers out there in terms of your training camp. How's it for you to be a mentor to some of these individuals? Like, you know, Kevin Casey was on tonight, who was part of your team. Can you tell me a little bit about you mentoring some of these guys, and maybe they could be the next Bellator star under you?
Yeah, you know, I love to participate, and if I can, if it's in the coaching room or as a training partner, or maybe to share some of my experience with some of the younger guys, I think that that's important to do, and it's really just giving back. I had a lot of guys that gave their time to me. They didn't ask anything for it, and you know, the deal on that when somebody does that for you is you take those experiences and pass them to the next guys.
And last one for Tito. What's next for you?
Enjoy my family, enjoy the time with my children. I don't know, I think I'm gonna enjoy this weekend off. I don't have to train. Doing the 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 4 days, Tuesday, Thursdays, and twice on Saturdays, I'll feel a little empty, I think, but I think enjoying my body and just letting it relax, and waking up with my children in the morning, feeding them, taking them to school. Me and Amber are going to take a nap in the afternoon, and then going to pick the kids up, and then they get off of school, and taking them to wrestling, and have a normal life. Being a fighter is not a normal life. You've got to understand that. It's not a normal life, because we sacrifice so much away from our children, away from our families, away from our friends. And I think I'm just going to enjoy life for a couple months. And then, I don't know, do I work for the promotion? I'm going to do something in MMA for sure. I'm going to continue in MMA. I will be a part of MMA 100%, I guarantee you. I have so much in my big head of mine that can give back. And yes, that was a joke towards myself.
Hello, this question is for Tito. Tito, congratulations on your swan song. Happy birthday, and thank you for the memories. Seeing that Chael has a grinding wrestling style, and you've shown flashes of brilliance in your jiu-jitsu ability, did you see that as an opportunity coming into this fight? And did you work a little bit more on your submission grappling?
Yeah, I'm a wrestler. I'm a grinder. I grind. My whole career, I've been the person dominating. I made sure that I was in great cardio just to push the fight. You know, I took a page out of the Diaz brothers, and instead of doing the hard work on the concrete, I got on a bike and I mountain biked. I'd mountain bike for an hour straight, and I would push myself as hard as I possibly could. I tried to get 20 miles in an hour. I got it down to 45 minutes. And in between that 20 miles, there was 10 miles, and I get to the stairs, and I run the stairs for 15 minutes. And I was doing that 5 days a week. The jiu-jitsu side of it came on with Scott Carr and Rafael Davis. And actually, a month ago, I was working with BJ Penn of pushing the guard out of half guard to a mount. And I've always been a person that I don't like mount, because guys usually buck me off. Well, we worked to position so much that it became an instant. It was when me and Scott were laughing in the back after it was all over. It was like, you got in the position, it was like, all right, crush, all right, push it. And like, I was saying you were doing an instinct, but that becomes repetition. Consistency and repetition of doing it over and over again. It felt so easy to get to that position. When I got on top and I ran a couple elbows, Chael gave his back, as all of his fights he always does, always gives his back. And as soon as I seen that palm hit the mat, boom, I got the choke. And I'm super strong. And if I can get that choke, it don't have to be under the chin. I can get it, because I can crush. And like I said, my core is super strong, and I just squeezed. When he was tapping, I thought he was trying to grab my hands. But I kind of held on to it because I have ill will towards him. But that's just me. When someone talks about my family, someone talks about my character, I have bad will towards a person. And I've never done it like that before. But it was just something in my mind is saying, if I let go and they stop and they restart it again, I can let this happen. But I apologize to the athletic commission for holding on a little longer, but I did hold on to it longer. I had that ill will. I felt like an animal. I felt like a lion. And this lion roared how I said I was gonna. This was my fight no matter what. This was what I was gonna do. Like I say, my jiu-jitsu prevailed. That was great.
Chael, I have a question for you down here, second row. Hey, obviously you've been out of the fight game for a little bit. I am wondering, when you came back in, I kind of leaned over and I said, hey, he's going to Shogun him. And in that respect, I meant go for the choke really fast while they're not, while he's not slippery. Was that really a strategy in your mind to try to get in there and get a quick finish, maybe because you realized, you had that deer in the headlight moment and it had actually been some time since you'd been in there?
Yeah, I think so. I wanted to get out there and get the experience. I fully expected to win this. I had great coaches and a great camp, and I got caught in a position that I couldn't get out of. But to your point, yes, I thought that a guillotine would be a good option. I work on it a lot. Tito's also had his neck bothers him. He talked about that. I thought maybe that was a good opportunity, but I couldn't get my leg on the right side. I had my hand where I wanted it. It didn't work out, and he reversed it.
How much time did you spend working out over the last 3 years? I mean, were you a guy that was in there every single day still?
I was in there every day. I would say the first 4 or 5 months of my retirement, I wasn't. I really thought, I think I'm done. I think my races ran. And I changed my mind, but that was a long time ago. I've had years and years, but the speed's different. The speed is different when you're sparring as opposed to going live, and that's just a reality. And I knew I needed to get some minutes in. I thought I was going to have good minutes tonight. I thought I could beat Tito. I thought I had good positions on him, and he had a good position on me, and I accept the result. It was a fair contest.
And Tito, to that point, I kind of cringed when he did have your neck, and I know you were in some difficult positions for you, but you're saying you're pain-free, basically?
I don't know about pain-free. Yeah, my neck hurts a little bit, and I got a little bit of tingling down to my pinky. I don't know. I think just my adrenaline right now is. I've been in pain almost half my career. All the surgeries I've had, people ask me why am I retiring. I'm sick of getting surgeries. I've had 3 neck surgeries, back surgery, 3 knee surgeries, reattached retina. Yeah. I've gone through the grinder, and I could have quit. I could have walked away, as many fighters before I've always done. I wanted to do it the right way. And tonight, thanks to Bellator, thanks to Spike TV, thanks to Viacom, put on a huge promotion like this, the way it was tonight, in front of my hometown, in front of my family, with my son Jacob there right next to my side. It was my dream story. I was very, very thankful. Very, 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 very thankful.
Great. Well, congratulations to you, and thank you for so many years. Scott, quick question for you. A lot of times we get a lot of heat because of the tape delay. Is there anything that's going to be done with that? Because it is very difficult with live sports to have a tape delay.
Mm-hmm. Is this something you want to talk about? What's that? She was asking about the tape delay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've done it both ways in the past, and we've looked at the ratings. It's something we have experimented with before, and it's something we're going to be experimenting and looking at in the future. Yeah, I mean, it's you're talking about just to make sure, you're talking about the 3-hour delay.
Yeah, on the West Coast, right?
Yeah, we've done that. We've done live, and we've done 9 o'clock on both West Coast and East Coast, and we don't really see a difference, but we will continue to look at it.
Great, thank you.
Question for Scott. Back here. You've been a promoter for many, many years. Obviously, the sport's an unforgiving one. It's very seldom you see a veteran like Tito, who's been around 20 years, go out on a high note with a win. Is it refreshing to you as a promoter that a veteran fighter didn't go out on a sour note?
I mean, you know what? I'm happy for Tito, and I know this meant a lot to him. I know he was very emotional about this coming this week, and like I said, we got to spend the last 2.5 years really getting to spend some time, and this was a fair fight. This fight could have went either way, I think today was Tito's night. This was his week, and it's something that does make me feel good because like the when he walked up the ramp and they said his goodbye. I mean, that's something that I said to Scott Fishman, our producer. I said, anytime a fighter retires from Bellator, we should give him that same respect and give him that same send-off because these people are very special. They are sacrificing their bodies and their training and their the pain, the denial, all the things that they're giving up to compete at the highest level is something that unless you do it, it's might be hard to understand because some people go, that's nuts. But these guys do it every day, and I have a lot of respect for them. And like I said, that the send-off I think was amazing, and I'm so glad that we did it.
And for Tito, I know it's still pretty close to the fight, obviously. You have some time to think about things, and you're tiring and everything, but what do you have to do, and have you given thought to it of what you have to do down the road to resist the urge to come back?
I don't know. I didn't even like swallow what happened tonight. All I can say is, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. I don't know. Lions always want to fight. I don't know. I can't answer that question. I know what I wanted to do tonight, and I did it the way I wanted to do it. Bellator gave me the opportunity to let me do it the way I wanted to do it, and I respect that. If they ever need anything from me, I'm here, besides fighting.
And you said you always wanted to be a part of MMA. What kind of thoughts did you have, being a coach, commentator, what?
Maybe just go look for amateurs. Go look, maybe start an organization underneath Bellator and help them find other fighters and build superstars. Or come aboard with Bellator and help them build superstars. I would like to do that. I have a lot of history in this sport. Everything I've done with UFC, a lot of great ideas. You would look at that cage and that floor. I said a long time ago, that needs to be white. You need to make that white, make it bright because it looks amazing on camera. And they changed it, and it was great. There's so many little detailed things that I pay attention to, PR-wise, that they guys do a great job. The Brennan company do an amazing job with the PR for Bellator, but there's always a good idea of people that I've had a lot of history in this sport. So I don't know. I'll sit back, and these guys do their great job. They do an amazing job. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna enjoy my family.
Question for Mr. Coker. Mr. Coker, you've got longevity here tonight with the end of Tito's amazingly long and decorated career, and an incredible man, an incredible story, and a great orator as well he's become. You've got Chael, who has massive leverage as a talker, as an orator himself, as a personality. Mm-hmm. Was this really, and it's been kind of touched on tonight in a way, was this the coming-of-age event for Bellator?
Boy, that's a good question. I think that if you were out there and you were in that crowd tonight, you felt it. You felt the difference. And 2.5 years ago when I came to Bellator, I was saying, hey, we got to turn this thing into a big event show, because in my past promotional life, we did big shows, and I know what they felt like. I used to work for K1. I've walked into a stadium with 70,000 people, so I know what that feels like. And I said, we got to bring it here. And over the last, the first one was actually Bonner versus Ortiz, and that was in November 2 years ago. So I think if you look at how much we've come in a very short period of time, I think it really is amazing. And a lot of that is because Spike is so committed to it, because our staff, which is really a small staff, we don't have, hundreds and hundreds of people in the staff. It's a very short, lean staff, but they get the job done. And, I think that we're going to continue to build off of this. I think this is a great platform. And I'm not saying this is the pinnacle, the height, but this is definitely the springboard to the next level for us. And I hope that answers your question.
No, it does, very much so. But the other, then to be slightly negative towards you, and representing the international kind of media, if you like, Paul Daley probably pulled off, it might even end up as the knockout of the year, even though we're in January. I think we're in January, aren't we? Yeah, we're in January. But unfortunately, in the UK, the public won't get to see the event for an entire week, because it's going to be played out next week. And how do you sort all that kind of thing out? Because the fans of this sport like things instantly, don't they?
Yeah.
And so how do you sort that out?
And I agree with you, because it is an instant world today. It's not 20 years ago when the technology wasn't available to have it right in your hands. I'm sure people watching this on their phone right now. So I can say this. We are committed to continue to try to bridge that gap. And, we've had talks with inside Viacom, and Michael Armstrong was here today from Viacom International. And I think that's a commitment not just to the UK, but all over the world, that we're going to try to make this an instant sport, or have it available instantly.
Because that moment with Paul Daley today could have ignited a young generation of people in our country. That's why I'm asking it.
Yeah.
Really. You know?
Well, each of our partners, and some of them, a lot of partners do take this feed live. Our international partners it's a different deal with each one of them. We work with them to figure out what's best. Obviously, the time zones are an issue, and if it's the middle of the night, it wouldn't make sense to play it. Sometimes it does. So each one of those deals is unique, and with that partner, we try to find out what's best for them. And I will say international has been a big focus of ours. It's going to be even bigger in 2017. And as Scott said, we'll try to make it work as best for each partner as possible.
Yeah, and Garrett, for instance, this show aired live in probably, out of the 140 countries around the world, I would say probably half of them took it live. And even if it's running at 4 or 5 in the morning, some countries took it. Yeah, so it's really up to the broadcast partner. But I do agree with you, especially in the UK, we have to bridge that gap.
And finally, a question for Tito. You know, you've had a lot of plaudits tonight. You did pull off a brilliant victory against Chael. I think you were the underdog, or most people thought you were the underdog in this fight. Just talk about, no one's really asked it, that while the American national anthem was being played, and you were bouncing up and down, and you'd done that walk where you touched so many hands on the way down there, what was the emotion going through you when you stepped into the fighting arena? Because you looked so intense and so emotional, and it was an amazing atmosphere, I've got to say, before you two fought in the arena, in the whole of the forum tonight. It was extraordinary. How were you feeling?
I was holding back the tears. It was so hard. I was holding them back, and then I looked over to my son. I saw the tears in his eyes. And it was amazing just to see my child next to me. I remember when he was born, I held him. And to see him next to me, watching me in my last fight, and see the tears in his eyes, and I looked down and I go, son, I promise you, I will have my hand raised tonight. You have nothing to worry about. And he goes, okay, Dad. Go in there and kick butt. To be that little second, I wish I had a minute to just show that little part right there. Because that little part of engagement was the best feeling. It was almost like him being born again. Seeing him come in for the first time, open his eyes, and I said, Jacob, and he looked at me. It's the most amazing feeling ever. And be able to do it, like I said, it felt like a movie. It just was weird. Everything happened the way I've been in camp. Everything happened the way I want it to happen. And I walk away and I'm happy. I'm thankful. I'm very, very thankful. I'm thankful for God. I'm thankful for all my fans. I'm thankful for all my family, my mom. I'm thankful for Amber being there for me. She's my backbone. I have 2 boys at home right now who are able to watch this. And I know Journey's gonna watch it with me because we're gonna sit down and watch it. And he's like, Dad, don't make me cry when I say boys, Ortiz boys. And it's gonna be amazing. But this is a special night for me. And I'm thankful that I was able to share it with everybody. And I was very thankful that Spike was able to share it with the millions of people across the world. I gave my heart and soul to the sport like no other.
All right, we're going to take 1 or 2 more questions. We'll start with Steven in the back.
Chael, you said you need the ring time. You need to get some more experience under your belt, more training. Do you still want Wanderlei Silva next?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, I don't want to use this as a platform to get something going with Vandal. This is Tito's night. You know, it's his birthday, and he retired, and he won fair and square. And I was completely ready for the contest. I had great coaches, great training, and I don't think I was too small. Tito thought I was too small for him. I don't think I was too small. I think that he got a position. I think he won the position. As far as Wanderlei goes, yeah, that's. I'm gonna fight Wanderlei the next time I see Wanderlei. But again, I'm the loser tonight. I'm not here to promote anything, man. This is Tito's night, and it's tough. Coming to a press conference when you lose is tough, but it's protocol, and we all follow different codes. And I will say whatever I want before a fight, but by God, I will walk out there and answer for it. And if it doesn't go my way, I will show up at the press conference and hang my head as well. But this is Tito's night.
This is for Mr. Coker. We saw the national anthem being sung before the main event. Was that a one and done, or can we expect to see that again in the future?
You know, I just thought that this was going to be a big event, and you know, this is Viacom, this is Spike TV, this is, you know, this is MTV, this is VH1, this is Comedy Central. I mean, this is the ownership group of Bellator. So, you know, I talked to Jason Jordan and I said, hey, let's get a great singer to come perform, and Jason pulled it off, and I thought it was great. I think he did a great job. I thought it added a lot of touch, because if you go to the big fights, they usually have the national anthem before the thing, and I said, you know what, this is the fight that deserves to have it, so let's do it. Is it going to happen every time? No, but I think that we're in the big cities that, you know, we can make this happen. We will.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We're going to have these guys stand up for photo. If you guys want to get your cameras ready, we'll just have you guys
Hey,
stand
Chael,
behind
you
it.
have something to say, Chael? Hey, Chael, you have something to say, Chael?
Happy birthday. I thought I said it. Happy birthday.
You're going to leave it at that?
I'm going to leave it at that. Tito won.
All right, guys. I'll give you a chance, dude.
They can let Chael out of the shot.
A couple guys.